Day 27. Yes, now it works. So, no, this was a long one, but you have Saturday and Sunday to do it, so I'm putting the video on Sunday because I didn't have time yesterday. So the first one, Jennifer made a map using her coordinate plane. This table shows the order pairs on the plot below. Plot the order pairs. Hopefully you still remember how to plot points. Okay, so first one. So this represents garden 0, 2. I'm quickly going to do this. So 0, 2 is, if you remember, first number is your x value and the second number is your y value. The x value tells you either go right or left on the x line. Okay, so 0, you're staying where you are. Y is 2, positive 2. So you're going to go, and now erase this because I shouldn't have done this. But you start here, and y, and 0, 2 is up here. So here's where your tomatoes are planted. Pumpkin, -3, you go -3 to the left and 1 up, and here are your pumpkins. Okay, lower that. And lettuce, -2, -3, -2 you go back -2, and -3 down. So here are your lettuce, and this is pumpkin. Explain why the points you use are correct. Alright, so you can write that I know that the first coordinate is on the x line, the y second point's on the y line. I know that if it's positive I go right on the x, if it's negative I go left. It's just like a number line. And if it's on the y, if it's positive I go up, if it's negative I go down. The one thing I really want you to be careful is your scales, and these are nice because it's every box is by 1. Okay, so just be careful. Sometimes when it's test, every box is 2 or every box is 3. You really have to be careful with that. Okay. Jennifer wants to add the location of carrots to her map. Okay, the carrots should be plotted in 1, -2. She thinks that she connects a point and will form a square. I don't think so. Let's see. -1, 2. So positive 1 and 2. So positive 1 will be 1 to the right and -2 down. Is that a square? Well, we haven't done diagonals, so 1, 2. No, this is not a square. You can tell. Okay. How would you explain this? Because the distance between the points are not equivalent. Remember, a square has all 4 sides being equal. Okay? And that clearly is not. Like this. So I guess these ones just random questions that I got from previous tests, state tests from other states too. So look at the number line below where integers presented by b. Well, let's locate 0. Locating 0 is always the best. So this is my starting point. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is 5 over here? So, oh, I don't know what they made over here, but we're going left anyway. So point B. Point B is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So this point B is -4. Okay. Which expression could represent 45 less than a number? 45 less than a number. Okay, so let's translate that as it is. 45 less than a number. A number in this case, you can see that the variable they chose was m. So, wow, it's way too loud. 45 minus m. But you know that less than, let me circle this and this, those two together become a turnaround word. So we're going to change the order here. We're going to go m minus 45. Correct answer would be B. Solve x plus 4.2 if x equals 6. This is a substitution problem. We know the value of x. A number plus 4.2. In this case, they give us a number. 6 plus 4.2. Let's add that. And let me add a decimal here because 4.2 has a decimal. And I know that 4.2 will be placed like this. I'll add a placeholder on top, and now I can add 2.1002 right here. C. Look at the expression below. What is the value? Order of operation. So if you want to write this, it doesn't kill you. P, M, oops. Never was a big fan of PEMDAS. I just rather you remember the order. But you can do this. P, E, M, or D. Okay, it's not M. And then A, or subtraction, whichever comes first. So, do we have any parentheses? No. So we can move on. Do we have an exponent? No. We can move on. Do we have multiplication or division? Yes, we do. We have a division. So we're going to do 8. We're going to leave that 8 alone. We're going to do the plus sign alone. And we're going to do 32 divided by 4, which is 8. And then minus 2. Check. All my multiplication, division are done. Adding or subtraction. Which one do I have? I have both. Which one comes first? Addition, because it comes first as you read from left to right. 16 minus 2, 14. Correct answer, B. Clear? And let's go down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Okay, so it's not that. Next one. School stores having a sale and has lowered the prices of all notebooks by 30 cents. The price of any notebook can be described by n minus 0 30 cents. What is the value of the expression if n equals 4.05? Okay, so now this one is just a decimal problem. 4.05 minus 0.30. So actually I should have done the other way. So 4.05 line up. Remember, decimals still part of your curriculum here. You need to know your operations with decimals. We were subtracting. That's a 5. 5 minus 0 is 5. This one needs a little help. Let's get it from here. 10 minus 3 is 7. And 3 minus 0 is 3. B again. What's the rule for the in numbers to out numbers in this function? So, okay, this is my dependent. Remember, this is my dependent. How these numbers become this? How did these numbers become this? Let's see. Is it divide by 6? Is it multiply by 6? Divide by 0.6? Multiply by 0.6. Yikes. You definitely know that they're getting smaller. So you can't do multiplication. Because 1.2 times 6 is going to be about 7.2. Okay? So right away I can cross out. Well, sorry, I can cross out this 6, but I shouldn't cross out because this is a decimal. Okay, so I gotta be careful. I can cross that out. And let's just try it out. 1.2 divided by 6. Well, you know it's by 6. So 1.2. Let's take the first one. Divide by 6. There's a decimal here. Remember, we have to. When the decimal is inside, you don't have to move things around. Can 6 going to 1? No. Let's put a 0 on top. Can 6 going to 12? Yes, it can. How many times? 2. So it just happens that it's division like this. Okay. It's moving. Look at the coordinate plate below. Which situation is best represented by the line? The longer student studies, the better grade students earn. Okay, so let's see. Well, that makes sense. Okay, if these are my grades, for example, and these are my hours, the more hours I study, the better is my grade. That works. The longer you run, the more tired you become. The older car gets, the less it's worth. No, because the older a car gets, the price should be going down. So C is definitely not it. Sam and Jake drove 3 hours and 25 minutes. Sam used 30 gallons of gas, and Jake used 55 gallons. No. So let me do this nicely. Just not that way. C's doesn't work because it should be going down. Okay, getting tired. The more tired. I'm sorry. See, it's getting less. So the value it's going down. So it should be a graph going down. So Sam and Jake both drove 3 hours and 25 minutes. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, there's two things going on and only one line, so letter D doesn't work. The longer you run, so let's make the more tired you become. But it starts here. That's my problem. Why would it start here? Because if you run 0, you should be 0 tired. Should be right here. If I don't run, I should be 0 tired. If I run for an hour, I should be, let's say, oh, I don't even know. That's if I run 3 hours. I get this much tired. The longer student studies, the better grade. I like this one, but I still don't understand why you start here at this point. What if I study nothing? I get a... Why would I get this grade? So let me just write this. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So I can make these up, okay, so I can understand it. 0 hours. Let's take these grades. I don't know. Let's just make this up. 10, 20. Those are my grades. So if I study 0 hours, I still get a grade of 20 on my test. If I study for 1 hour, my grade is about 30. If I study for 2 hours, it keeps going. I'm okay with that. I'm just not okay with this. That if I study 0 hours, I still get a grade of 20. Don't like that. I don't like that. I'll get back on this. I'll get you guys. I'll look at this a little bit more, and I'll tell you guys tomorrow. It's one of these two. Definitely one of these two. Okay. Interesting. I'll get back. The rule for the function table is multiply by 2 and then add 6. Okay, so if I multiply by 2 is 0, add 6. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 6 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 6 is 10. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 6 is 12. And 4 times 2 is 8, plus 6 is 14. Play why your function table is correct. Use what you know about ordered pairs and geometric shapes. Why my order pair is correct? Well, geometric shapes. Hang on, guys. I have a... No, I don't. Well, if you had a graph, and you don't, sorry, okay, and you were to plot this, okay, so let me make the y values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 0 will be 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 would be 8. Well, first of all, you're going to get a straight line here. It doesn't start at 0, but you get a straight line. I don't understand. Well, I know my function table is correct because, well, I follow the rule. I'm not too sure I know how to answer this. Multiply by 2, add 6, and the relationship is repeating over and over and over again. Yeah, sorry, don't know how I would use geometric shapes for my explanation of this one. Okay, but I would definitely write about the rule and how for every x value I added 2. I multiplied by 2 and added 6. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm striking out right now. Let's try the next one. Hopefully, let me try. Jacob weighs 21 more pounds than Sarah. If W is Sarah weight in pounds, write an expression that represents Jacob's weights in terms of W. So Jacob weighs 21. How much does Sarah weigh? Sarah weighs this much. And we're going to use W, I'm sorry. Sarah, our dear Sarah here, she weighs this many pounds. W, which is a number. And Jacob, okay, he is 21 more pounds than this. So he is 21 more than whatever she is. So if she is 10 pounds, she would be 21. Jacob would be 21 plus 10, which is 31. If Sarah is 100 pounds, let's just make it up. If Sarah is 100 pounds, Jacob would be 21 plus 100. So since we don't know what Sarah is, Jacob is going to be 21 pounds plus whatever she is, and we don't know what she is, so we use W. Okay? Use what you know about expressions to explain how you found your answer. What? You know, sometimes these don't make any sense. I found my answer. Let's see. I let W represent Sarah's weight. Sarah's unknown weight. Jeez. Since I know Jacob is 21 pounds heavier, it means that he is 21 pounds plus whatever she is. Whatever she is, giving us 21 plus W. I didn't like that. But anyways, that's what I would write. If Jacob's weight in pounds, if J goes Jacob's weight in pounds, write an expression to represent Sarah's weight in terms of J's. Okay, so now let's find what Sarah is. Well, Sarah is, so if Jacob weighs this much. Let me just show you something. So Jacob, do we know how much he weighs? We don't. So let's represent it with J. Do we know how much Sarah is? Yes, she's thinner. Wrong word, I guess. Lighter than Jacob. So whatever Jacob is, she is 21 pounds less. So in this case, if Jacob weighs, I don't know, 150 pounds, and we want to try to find out what Sarah is, you would take his weight minus 21, and that would equals Sarah's weight. Okay, so it's basically this one, what we just did, but backwards. Okay, he's 21 plus, and she is 21 less. Okay, so we need to find out what Jacob is first. Subtract 21, and we got Sarah's weight. Okay, let's move on. What value? What is the value of point A in classes? What is the value of point A on this number line? Okay, well, it's between -6 and -8. Easy, not this one. Definitely this one. Okay, -6, -7, -8. Put good. What point on the number line represents -4? Ooh. Okay, so notice this number line does not go by ones. Okay, so it goes by twos. Let's see. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, it goes by 2. So we want -4, so we're going the other way. 0, -2, -4. And that is point M. Okay? Easy. Okay, here is an equation. It's an addition equation. So if I want to quickly do this, put that line in the middle. It's addition, so I'm going to do the opposite of addition, which is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 2.6 here and 2.6 here. These two are going to cancel out. The x is going to come down. and x equals, let's subtract this because I subtracted, get the minus sign. 9 minus 6 is 3. Decimal comes down. 5 minus 2 is also like 3. 3.3. There's something that looks like 3.3. Good. So that says a number plus this equals 5.9. A number plus 2.6 equals 5.9, and that number is 3.3. Okay. When r is multiplied by, let me make a better r. When r is multiplied times 0.0 times 7.02, the result is greater than or equal to 5.6, which inequality is equivalent to the statement above. Okay, so let's look for something that says this. And remember, the only thing that you can tell here is that 7.2 comes first. Right? Remember, when you're writing a number with a variable, the numbers always come first. So 7.02 times a number that we don't know is greater or equal to 5.6. Okay, so it's the same thing I wrote, just I changed the order here. And it's not this, it's not this, it's not this, and it's this. Even if you didn't know the numbers and you only looked at this, greater than or equal, that was not greater than, this was not greater than, this was greater but not equal, so the only one that had that sign was this one. So answer D. Use the multiple choice to your advantage. Remember I told you, the answer is there, you just gotta pick the right one. Again, three sisters spent that much money. They solved the equation to find A, the amount of money in dollars each should pay. So if they spent 26.25, what's the value of A? So 3 times a particular number equals 26. 3 times A equals 26.25. This is a multiplication. Okay, 3 times A. The opposite multiplication is division. So we're going to divide, left and right, both sides by 3. This crosses out. 3 over 3 is 1, just leaving it with 1A or just A. I'm going to divide this by 3. So it's about to be 26.25. It's going to be, and if you round it, even if you don't, okay, let's try to do this by estimation. Well, it's about 8 point something. It's 3 times 8 is 24, so it's going to give us 8 point something. So, wow, seriously? Letter B and C definitely gone. So now you got to choose between 0.25 and 0.75. So, I'd say you divide. Sorry, let me just do this again. 26.25, and if you day 1 you will not have a calculator. Okay, so it's definitely 8. 24 comes out to, oops, let's bring that decimal up. 3 goes in 22, I don't know, 3 times, 7 times. I can stop right here because I know it's 8. Okay. Look at the given equation. X minus 2.3 equals 5.2. So again, how did you find the answer? We're going to do this. Okay. 5.2. So on my left and right. I don't know why I do it crooked. One day I'll learn. So it's again subtraction. So opposite subtraction is plus 2.3 plus 2.3. These two cancel out. Okay, they're opposites. And x comes down equals, let's add this, 0.5, x equals 7.5. So 7.5 is my answer. How I found my answer? Well, I did the opposite operation. I did of minus 2.3. I added 2.3 to both sides. Okay, the minus 2.3 and the plus 2.3 cancel each other out, leaving me with x. I isolated x. Remember, x is all by itself, and I found out that x equals 7.5. That's what you can write in your explanation. Okay. Okay, last question. One box of cereal costs $2.50. You don't want to spend more than $7. Which inequality could be solved to find C, the number of boxes he could buy? So you don't want to buy more, you don't want to spend more than $7. Can you spend $7? Yes, you can. So it should, all this should be no more. You can't spend greater, so it's less than. This is your inequality sign. So 2.5, 7's on this side. You know what this is. Okay, so you want each serial box. So this times the number of serial boxes times the number of serial boxes has to be less or equal to 7. Right, because the only one that has anything related to what I have is this one. Each cereal box is $2.50, right? Times the cost. So you gotta multiply that by whatever value it is. I'm sorry, I'm doing this backwards. Okay, each cereal box is $2.50. We gotta multiply by the number of cereal boxes that we're going to buy. So 250 times, if we buy 1, is it less than $7? Yes. What if we buy 2? 250 times 2 is 5. That's less or equal to 7. How about 250 times 3? That less or equal to 7. Anyways, what we want is the inequality. So this is the only inequality that makes any sense. Okay, the cost of the cereal boxes times however many we buy, less or equal to 7. That's gonna help you find your answer. Okay, so that's the 27. Stop this right here. Stop. Get back. And that only took 26. Yikes.